In today's video, we're going to talk about how to play a great sounding cross stick. The first thing to play a good cross stick is, I find it to be helpful to hit the rim with the butt end of the stick as opposed to the end with the tip. Let's take a listen to the difference between the two. First, we'll hear the rim with the regular tip of the stick. Sounds decent, but it sounds a little bit on the higher pitch side. Turn the stick around. More of a fuller tone. Okay, now, so we want to use the butt end of the stick. The other thing is, how you're going to hold the stick is crucial to the sound of the cross stick. If you notice, when I'm holding my stick, you see how my thumb is just very gently across the side of the stick. These fingers here are all lining up, so the stick is fully exposed in here. So when I put the stick down, my fingertips are not underneath the stick, getting in the way like that. The stick is exposed. Also, to hold the stick really gently is going to give your best sound. Let's use an example of how that would sound if you were playing a pair of claves. So when I'm holding my claves, if you notice, I use the same technique where I have this portion of the clave exposed, and if I hold the claves with my hands wrapped around the clave, I'm going to get more of a dense, tighter sound. Almost like a hammer on a nail. But now, if I go a little bit lighter touch, have the clave more exposed, you get that nice classic sound. So again, holding them too tight, or with the fingers over the clave, lighter touch, more exposure. Same thing applies to the drumsticks. So if I'm holding my sticks too tight, looser, your tone, okay? So we want that stick to be exposed in through here, and now the next thing is we're going to try to place the stick in between the two tension rods, okay? You're going to get a better sound with the stick in between the tension rods than you will if you're right on top of it. And also, there's a definite sweet spot where your stick ends up hitting on the rim. For any of us who have ever, just even one time, hit a baseball with a baseball bat and found that sweet spot, we know how good that feels when that ball just sails because it hit the bat right in the right spot. This is the same type of thing, but it's a lot easier to achieve than trying to get the ball in the bat sweet spot every time. Here, let's say you put your stick down and you get more of this sound. And you don't like that tone, all you have to do is maybe slide your stick back a little bit. Big difference. Okay, so if you notice down here on this end, I don't want to be right against the rim. Okay, I want to leave a little bit of a space. Maybe for right here, we're talking about like a finger or two, something like that, right in here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the stick, I'm going to have my palm or the back side of my hand on the drum, leaving that on the drum head. And then I'm going to take my stick and just lift up this way. Okay? Notice I'm not leaving the drum head back here, because if I were to leave the drum head, I'm going to get more of an open. You hear the sound of the drum. But this way, this helps to mute the drum so you get only good cross stick sound. Okay? If I take the drumstick away for a second, just so you can see what my hand motion would look like. Again, I have this rested on the head. I'm just kind of turning my hand inward like that. Put the stick back in, and there you go. So work on this, because all styles of music really incorporate the cross stick. Everything from Latin to jazz to even rock and roll. We have rock ballads. What we're going to do now is we're going to take these concepts, and here it was just on the snare drum. Now we're going to take this concept over to the drum set.